Hello, everyone. This is a sad period, of course. When we remember Ace Frehley of Kiss, and as we remember the records, the shows, and stuff, that everything that we came up as kids, or whenever you joined or picked up on learning of Kiss and got into them, or if you didn't, but well, those that did, you meant a lot to us, and Ace did, by for those that would be inspired to learn guitar, and from Ace and stuff, from his playing, and yes, I mean, you might be inspired by Hendrix and Trower and and so many other great guitarists and musicians out there, but you know, Jimmy Page and stuff like that, Jeff Beck, but normally it would be, come up with, pick up with somebody like Kiss. Yeah, he would inspire me too. Much later, even though it'd be much later when I would start to get in guitar in the mid to late '80s and stuff like that, and singing and songwriting and doing my own music. But there was that inspiration of creation and songs and coming up with rhythm and leads and solos or things like that too, and all kinds of things then, and yeah, it was time that we would remember Paul Daniel Frehley, who was born April 27th, 1951, New York City, United States. Passed away October 16th, 2025, age 74, Morristown, New Jersey, United States. And when I had seen before that he was, had a fall and everything, and went down a flight of stairs and didn't, from brain bleed, and didn't come out, and was on life support and stuff like that. When you gonna come back? When you find that out, and they lost him, and that was it. But I loved Ace and liked Frehley's comment and stuff, which I also got into at the time, but they end up getting the stuff end up getting some records end up getting purged out, but some of the Kiss records and stuff like that. I don't have every Kiss record, no, but the ones that I do have for show you today that I do have, and other songs and stuff from those other records that would have on that I had put on cassette back in the day and stuff like that, when they would end up getting purged out when they had to, for space concerns and all that. Yeah, to make sure that I have a good portion of Kiss that to have and remember, that really are the best ones that I like and love a whole lot, just as much as the first first Kiss and stuff like that, of the debut and Hotter Than Hell and Dressed to Kill, which we'll see on this record right off anyway too. So yeah. it's coming up to colder times to try to stay warm. But okay. But anyway, see, I want to move that here. I want to open it up, and there's a note. Dear Earthlings, the gravity of Earth isn't quite the same as it. The planet. So you can all read that for yourself. From all the notes of the people, but you can read that one for yourself. That's in the Kiss Alive. More Kisses it would show. Of that album I used to have got purged out. Dressed to Kill used to have, got purged out. Hotter Than Hell I used to have, we got purged out. But he ended up doing writing Cold Gin, and he ended up doing a lot of guitar work and stuff, and everything like that. And but I would have Destroyer. Yes, I would have Destroyer. And the contributions that he would make on this. Of his, I think it was Do You Love Me, wasn't it? Might have been. That was the one that anyway, Kiss Destroyer. Love Gun. The Love Gun album, where he'd be noted for Shock Me, most notably. Other ones probably too, but Shock Me right there. Right, you can see that. Shock Me. He would do that one on stage and stuff. It was great. And Rock and Roll Over. Let's get it up to the one where you can see Ace with the fire coming out of his eyes on the Rock and Roll Over album. Right. Same as he does on the back too, huh? As it does on the back. Then we had the solo records they did. Obviously, Ace Frehley, what we're focusing on now. And what a great, one of the better, best of the solo records in my opinion too, yes, was Ace's. Follow, I believe, with Paul Stanley's, and then Gene's, and then Peter's. And in that order, of course. But New York Groove, that would be a cover from the band Arrow. And what a great tune and big hit and big song that he'd play and all that. I think I remember him end up doing that one as well as Shock Me and stuff like that. But yeah, the Ace. In case you wonder, hey, do you have the other? Yes, I do have the others. I got the Paul Stanley, right. Got the Gene Simmons, yes. Got the Peter Criss, yes. But as we focus along on Ace and the greatness that he was. And here's Kiss Alive 2. And there's them showing the records. And the inner sleeves, and that inner sleeve, and stuff that is of Ace, the spaceman, and known as the spaceman, and there he is. When he'd have the pinwheel sparks coming off his guitar at when he'd in concert, and then the fire coming out and smoke and stuff in his solo and everything. But it was a great time to see him and see him. I never did get to see Ace solo, but nevertheless, seeing him, seeing the band 4 times. I'll show you the tickets, show you the times that seeing him, and we'll see the inside here, the excitement, right? Excitement of being at a Kiss show like that, you know, back in the day. Here's part of a booklet, The Evolution of Kiss. Let's see what they show in here. It's Ace Frehley. There we go. 1977 Ace. 73. 74. 75, 76, 77, right? So, yep. But yeah, Kiss Alive. Kiss Alive 2, great record. I love it. Rocket Ride. He was famous for on his, that was for the studio and all that, and All American, right? The ones who were done in the studio, and him doing Shock Me on here. But yeah, as we remember, remembering Ace, and as we remember him, of, you know, who he was as Ace Frehley, spaceman, and just did that here, And change photograph here. But yeah, remembering the spaceman. It was Ace Frehley. Here's Kiss, 1976. End up seeing Artful Dodger, Bob Seger, Silver Bullet Band opened up, and Kiss came on, and this was first time seeing a band back in their day like that. So great. And seeing them in Cincinnati, 78. What a great show that was. A cold January 1978. It was free, cold. Wonder, even, could really warm up. Kiss made us warm up for sure, being so cold that evening. But went down and saw them, and then went back home and just had those memories of seeing them for a second time. And I'd see him a third time. This would be the Dayton '98. Seeing them when they came to back around Dayton. Econoline Crush was on. Was the band that opened up for them. I remember that too. But Kiss, when they played in Dayton, and then seeing them for their farewell tour. Kiss, Ted Nugent, and would open up. Ted was not at his best at it. He was, not at his best. He was all right. Not at the best he was in. He was standing up, doing, just walking along the stage. Wasn't as up and at him like he normally was, but he was okay. And then Skid Row was okay, but not great because they didn't have Sebastian Bach with them in the band, but they opened up for Kiss, and so remember seeing them for 4 times with the 4 original members of Ace, Paul, Gene, and Peter, and of course seeing them on the farewell tour. There's a sticker from the show, and end up getting some T-shirts. End up getting some T-shirts of Psycho Circus. And of the farewell tour. So, but yeah, remembering Ace, when in his contributions to Kiss, and getting into his solo records when he put them out after he was let go from Kiss, and getting into what they were and stuff, and and remember Kiss for a long time. Thanks for the memories to Kiss. And of course, one more thing to show you, which to send out on is, of course, the Destroyer poster. You can always look up and see Kiss up here too. And for all the memories of Kiss and Ace Frehley, thank you, Ace. Thanks for the memories and everything. Remember, the music lives on. Take care. It's the only way to enjoy it. Thank you, Ace. Rest in peace, buddy.